Good morning, otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your dark mask diva. Alright, so we're going to have a part 2. I'm going to talk about the whack dick again. Alright, so here's the thing. I was thinking I should probably give you guys a few pointers about the whack dick situation, okay? So, and why it happens, okay? And what you can do. Here's a few possible things you can do to prevent the whack dick situation. Alright, I'm going to tell you what's up with that, or what isn't up with that, if you know what I'm saying. Alright, so here's the thing with the whack dick situation. Okay, so, as we know, alright, men don't like to tell the truth, right? And this is just one way that they don't want to tell the truth. Okay, so you've heard of lying, right? There's different types of lies. There's lies, and there's fibs. And there's also lies of omission. Okay, whack dick is a lie of omission. Okay, that's just one of those things that they feel like it's okay not to tell you. And you're like, why? Well, they think if they give you foreplay, or if they spend enough money on you, or if they're just a nice guy, or something like that, that they can spring some erectile dysfunction on you, or it's over in 10 seconds, or whatever it is, whatever the whack dick is, they think it's okay to put you through that. Okay, they think it's okay to have a disease and not tell you. Or they think it's okay, whatever the whack dick was, they think it's okay to not tell you something that you need to know. Alright? So, here's the thing. There are different ways to kind of suss out the situation before you're put through it. Now, these aren't fail-safe things, okay? But here's the thing. We know men aren't honest, okay? And we know that they pretty much just want to get laid. All right, so if they think they can keep things a secret from you and get laid, they're going to do that, right? They think they can keep things hidden from you. They're going to do it so they can get laid. All right. So you think that they would be ashamed of whack dick, and all this other stuff, and you would think, right? Okay. Think about being a woman. Think of all the things we're ashamed of. We're ashamed of stretch marks, okay? We're ashamed of if we have a fat tummy. We're ashamed of, if we have fat thighs, or, we're ashamed of if we have small boobs or something. I mean, we're like ashamed of so much. They're not ashamed of having whack dick. They're not. They will give us whack dick, and they will think if they have an orgasm, even if they've only given us an inch because they have erectile dysfunction, they think it's just this great experience because they had a great experience. And they think if we didn't say anything, good, I got away with it. Or, I gave her all this foreplay, it must be okay. Or all this other stuff. No. And then they wonder why we don't want to see them again after that. You really just put us through this awful experience of, this whack dick, right? Or, they think if they come really fast or something like that, why did you waste my time with that? I mean, no. You really need to have more control over your body, or you need to do something to where you last long, or you have better blood flow, or you need to go talk to your doctor. You need to take better care of your health so you don't try to have sex and things like this happen to you. I mean, don't try to have sex and act like you can have sex and you can't. That's really awful. Or don't don't not go to the doctor and get yourself checked and, for diseases and stuff like that. I mean, if you're sexually active, you should be going and getting tested and all this other stuff. Don't give people things if you're having sex. If you've had other partners, you need to go get tested. Don't believe people, don't sleep with somebody promiscuous without a condom because they say they can't get pregnant. That means they're sleeping with a bunch of other people without using a condom, giving them the same line. Duh. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude about it, but I really don't know why men are so dumb. And I don't know why they give you whack dick and they think they're good and better and they're not. Okay? First of all, I'm going to tell you about erectile dysfunction. All right, because this is the number one bad thing that whack dick is, okay? The thing about erectile dysfunction is you're wondering, well, why would they know they have erectile dysfunction and still try to have sex? Well, the thing is they can get an inch of blood flow and they can still have an orgasm. Meanwhile, their dick looks like the mushroom that's on the side of my name. Yeah, it's that size, right? It's supposed to be the size of a banana, but it looks like that mushroom that's on the side of my name. If you see that mushroom on the side of my name, please click that subscribe button because, as far as I know, I'm the only one doing a whack dick video, okay? And hopefully mine's the funniest if I am. Okay, so hope you like my video. Please click subscribe and like. Appreciate it. Okay, thank you. So, it's the size of that mushroom by my name. It looks just like it, too. Anyway, so they have this tiny 1 inch of blood flow. Okay, it just feels irritating to you because every time they thrust forward, it folds like an accordion. And you just feel this weird rubbing feeling of a condom, and they're getting off because an inch of blood flow is enough for them to get off. You just feel this weird rubbing feeling, and you're expecting to feel, some kind of penetration, right? Because you're expecting to have sex. And you're just lying there going, what the hell is going on here? And every time they thrust, their dick folds like an accordion, right? And the condom folds like an accordion, and you're like, what's going on here? And they're making all this yelling and orgasmic sounds, and you're like, having this surreal, experience, what the F is going on here? And the next thing you know, they have this orgasm and they're just going crazy, and you're just kind of like, you just want to get away. You either want to leave or you want them to leave, or you just want to get away or something like that, and you're like, I can't see this person again because what just happened? And then you're like, to be honest, I didn't know that erectile dysfunction, that the man can actually get off. Because I'm thinking, if his stuff doesn't work, how does he still get off? He does. Or he can see you naked and he can jizz in his pants. Like that song. That actually happens. I thought that was pretend. No, it's not. Or he can be naked and just see you and just, Guys can, be naked and rub up against you. And it could be all over. So, you can be he can see you with your clothes off and not even penetrate you, and he can already come. So, that's also erectile dysfunction. Okay, that's premature ejaculation. So that's also whack dick, okay, because you did not get any. Okay. So the thing about erectile dysfunction is it's not proper blood flow. Or somebody having an ejaculation in their pants, okay? So one way for you to check on situations like that is you have to remember that we are in the age of guys who send you pictures of their dick. Yeah, it's gross. I don't like it either. Okay. Guys try to send me pictures like that. I really don't want to have to deal. I'm in a relationship now, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. But I would just have guys trying to send me pictures of of it all the time, and I'm like, I'm really not interested in seeing pictures of it. First of all, most of them really weren't anything to write home about, and secondly, why do I want to see pictures of them? It's like, I haven't even met you in person yet, and you're sending me pictures of it. Ew, and I'm not going to send anybody nudes. All right, can I see more pictures of you? There's plenty of pictures on my profile. That's all you're going to see. And I'm pretty vain. I take about 1 million pictures of myself, so you don't need to see any more. It's not like I just have one picture of me up there. Give me a break. I'm not going to send you any dirty pictures. Guess again. So, we're living in the age of guys who take lots of pictures of their penis and they send it to you. Alright, so, it's gross. We don't like that, right, ladies? We don't like that. Okay? But, if a guy is trying to... Now, you don't want a dick pic, right? I don't. But if a guy's actually kind of trying to hide it from you... You know what I mean by hiding it from you? Okay, if he's not really talking about his dick, or you don't want him sending you a picture, but if he's just kind of like... not talking about it. Like, here's the thing. Guys, of course, they're thinking with it. They think with it all the time, right? We know that. Whether it's, an inch or 2 inches or whatever, they're thinking with it constantly, right? Because they're men. It doesn't really matter if it doesn't work or not, okay? They're still thinking with it all the time. Okay, so if they're... Now, even if a guy brags and tries to say that he's big, it could be a lie, okay? But if a guy's not ever talking about it or trying to press it against you when you're hugging him, or, don't think it's because he's a gentleman. And you're like, oh my God, you just want to deal with a bunch of guys being pigs or something like that. No, you don't want a guy sending you dick pics or saying, I'm so big, or anything like that. You don't want to deal with that level of a chauvinist. But if you're hugging a guy and you never feel his boner or anything, just kind of keep that in mind. Don't hug him really tight and try to feel it on purpose, and don't do things like don't be gross on purpose, but just keep this in mind. If you're hugging him or you're close to him and you never feel anything substantial, because, okay, he's attracted to you. Trust me, he's attracted to you, or else he wouldn't be messing with you. He wouldn't, be trying to spend time with you. He wouldn't be trying to date you or anything like that. So, if you're hugging him or you're sitting close to him and you don't feel anything substantially really rock hard, okay, there might be a problem. Okay? Do little things like, I'm so glad to see you today, and purposely sit on his lap. And you're like, oh my God. No, just do it. Try to do it on purpose. Okay, this is someone you're dating for a little while. Try to do it on purpose and try to gauge what kind of boner you're dealing with here. Okay? Is it a spongy ghost boner? Or is it something... Is it something that's not going to disappoint you? Now, I'm not saying, yeah, you really need to, hurt the guy by sitting on his lap or something like that. No, you want to start to, you can even play dumb a little bit and just kind of wiggle on his lap and see what he's working with. Okay? Now, there are other times when you're making out with him. Okay? You're making out, you're kissing, you're doing stuff. Now, most guys when you're doing that will take your hand and put your hand on their package. Guys will usually do that because they want you to feel it. Like, check it out. Here it is. Because most guys are proud of theirs. They want you to touch how hard it is. I'm just keeping it real, okay? If you're making out with a guy, it doesn't mean he's going to take it out if you put your hand on it. All you have to do, you're making out, just put your hand on it to make sure it's all the way operable. Okay? Just do it. Just touch it to make sure that it's working properly. Okay? You don't have to like do anything. You just touch it to make sure that there's no problems. Okay? And then move your hand away from it. Okay? If you don't want to, go all the way or do anything for him or anything like that, move your hand away from it. Just and you can just graze your hand over it and pretend like you didn't mean to do it. Okay, but you just want to make sure that that he's not that he doesn't have any like issues. Okay. If you're not one of those people who you're less physical and you're more verbal, and a guy brings something up like, what's something bad that's ever happened to you in a relationship? Go, well, this didn't happen to me, but I really don't like guys that hide things, and this happened to a friend of mine, and I would hate if this happened to me. And he'll go, what? Go, well, this guy, he had erectile dysfunction, and he didn't tell my friend, and then this happened and that happened, and they did all this foreplay and everything like that, and she didn't even know. And then he went to like have sex with her, and it was only like an inch big, and he had sex with her anyway, and he didn't even tell her he had erectile dysfunction. And then he had his and everything, and she was like, oh my God, and that was so unfair of him. Isn't that awful? He didn't tell her he had that kind of problem. That's so awful. What an awful man. Okay, so if he has a problem like that, he's going to run down to that doctor, okay? He's going to get that sea kelp or whatever that stuff is, or he's going to get that blue pill, or he's going to go find out a way to make sure that doesn't happen, or he's going to stop seeing you. Okay? Because he's going to realize, or he's going to tell you he has it. So you're going to either decide right then, just say, hey, I don't want to have a sexual relationship with you then. Because I'm not going to do things with you if we can't like have intercourse. I don't want you taking your clothes off if that's going to happen. That's just weird to me, because unfortunately I've been in that situation and it was really awful. Okay. Yeah. And it was a long time ago, and I'm still remembering it going, oh. So don't, that was like the most whack dick ever, okay? That's worse than a guy that actually has real sex with you and comes really fast, which is bad enough. This is whack dick because it's a ghost dick. And the memory still haunts me. So that's some whack dick. Just make sure there's a conversation there. Make sure there's touching there. I remember one time I was making out with a guy, and he was touching me there, and I went to touch him there, and he kept moving my hand and not letting me touch him there. And that's when I realized he had a problem. So I stopped dating him because he wouldn't let me touch him there. So I'm like, he's got whack dick and he doesn't want me to know. He won't let me touch him there. So I didn't confront him, and I wasn't like, you have whack dick, don't you? Or, you have erectile dysfunction, or, you have micro penis, or, I didn't say anything like that to him, but I was like, I knew there was a situation where he had whack dick because he wouldn't let me touch him there. What guy is not going to let me touch his dick? After, him touching me. Come on. Yeah. He didn't want me to know he had whack dick, so I stopped seeing him because, you know, eventually if I kept dating him, you know, eventually we would have sex, right? Eventually. And he would pull that on me. So, no. You know, and he liked me a whole lot, but he would not let me touch him there, and I was like, yep. Everyone's like, you know, that guy really likes you. He talks about you all the time, and I'm just kind of like, he's alright, you know, he's cool, he's alright, you know, I don't like him like that, though. You know, but I didn't say, you know, because I could tell he has whack dick or anything. I wasn't going to say anything mean like that, but I could tell because he just, you know, I kept trying to put my hand there, and he kept moving it away. I'm like, let me touch you there. He's like, no. And I'm like, yep. I know what that's about. So, yeah, because I'd figured it out at that point. Because I'd already had that bad experience with that other guy. So, yeah. Different ways to know if a guy has that problem. I know you're thinking, oh, it's because you like dating older men. Yes, I did used to like to date older men. And yes, that is a problem with a lot of older men. Okay. That's also a problem with people that take certain medications. Okay. That's also a problem with people that might struggle with drug and alcohol addiction. Okay. That's also problems maybe with someone who's been through some trauma. Okay. Maybe someone who just went through something. Okay. It could be anything. It could be a younger person too. It's not just older guys who have whack dick. But it's generally somebody who doesn't take care of their health. It could be some kind of something they were born with. But the thing about the whack dick, though, is at one time they had a healthy, functioning sexual situation, but at that point they don't. And the thing is you turn them on. So they're having an orgasm when they're doing things with you. So it's not like they're not. It's that they can't pleasure you with it. But they're getting off. So they're using you to get off, but they're not doing anything to you. They're just creeping you out and being gross. Okay, that's why you don't want any part of it. And of course they're not going to tell you. They're just going to put you through that. And ew. So those are some of the ways to tell. Maybe if you're with someone who's not very experienced. I hate to say that because I really don't like guys who are super experienced. I don't like guys with high body counts because I don't have really high body count. So I don't like guys who have just been through everybody. I think that's kind of gross, but I also don't like whack dicks. So, you know, I don't like people that don't take care of their health. Because people who don't take care of their health tend to have whack dick. So just do little things. Just try to have a conversation about the whack dick, and try to have situations where you are putting your hand on it, sitting on his lap, hugging him, doing little things to play it off, like just standing close to him, doing whatever you can, like don't be like a tease on purpose, but you really shouldn't have to do anything to give him an erection, but be around him. Because he's already attracted you. So just being around you and smelling your perfume and looking at you and seeing your body and just being around you, he should be getting erections around you all the time, especially when you're kissing and doing things like that. So that's a good time to press your body close and see what he's working with. Okay, and just go from there. And eventually, your relationship is going to turn into something physical, and you're going to take that step, and you're going to know that you're not going to be dealing with some kind of like dysfunction going on. Okay? So, yeah. But that's just insane. So I hope that helped a little bit. And other worldies, you guys have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next content. Bye-bye.